Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Game Table with Amelia. So this episode we are going to be talking about board games that are best played at 4 players. So these are some of the top 5 4-player board games that you can have on your shelves. One of the first games we're going to look at is Root. This is from Leader Games. It is $60. Root is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and it's 60 to 90 minutes. Root is a great game and absolutely a must, in my opinion, to be played at 4 players. The reason being is Root has 4 different clans that you can pick up from playing. Now, the reason why this game is best played at 4 is because of the Vagabond. Essentially what they do is they allowed to be able to take cards or take items from other players to be able to use their different traits and stuff. So they will trade you cards for your items that you have. And when you take that away and play it with 3 players, you kind of lose that aspect of the game, and some of the cards that give you items, those items just kind of sit and waste. Still, really great game even at less than 4, but you get to play the Vagabond if you go to 4, which makes this game a really great game at 4. It's essentially a woodland war game where you and your 4 friends are playing each one of the factions in the forest, and you're trying to be the best faction of the forest. Each game board is its own mechanic, so it's asymmetrical design, and it is a lot of fun. Great game to pick up and have on your shelf. Next on the list, another great game at 4 players is It's a Wonderful World from Lucky Duck Games. It's 1 to 5 players, so it can be played solo. 45 minutes, ages 14 and up. This is actually like a light version of Terraforming Mars. So you're still going to be drafting cards, and then you're going to be using those resources to either buy the cards or even use their abilities to produce your resources on your little game board, producing and creating and optimizing your building order, and then expanding your empire. And you want to have the best strategy and the best cards, so you're going to look for things that are going to definitely pair up well with each other in this game. So really, really good game. It's $44.99, and it's a wonderful world. We have up another great 4-player game, but also can be played with more or less. This is from Yellow. It's King of Tokyo. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, so kid-friendly. And it's 30 minutes. In this game, you take on the role of a monster, beating up Tokyo and becoming the king. If you are the monster that's in Tokyo, anytime you do damage, it's dealt to all of the monsters outside of the city, and vice versa. All the damage is done to you. And you can gain cards, but you have to be outside of the city of Tokyo. You can't be in the city. And then the last monster standing that's in Tokyo is the King of Tokyo. Really fun, really simple game to pick up. Really great at 4 players, but again, can be more or less. So just a great game to pick up in general, and this one is $39.99. If you've seen other videos and other content that we've had, we pretty much make this very well known that this is a store favorite of ours. And this is Dead of Winter. This is from Plaid Hat Games, $59.95. It is for 2 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, and it's 60 to 120 minutes. It's an ideal game at 4, but can be played with more or less. And in Dead of Winter, you essentially are a colony that is trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. So you are going to have a main scenario that is happening in the colony, and then each round you'll have a crisis that happens. So maybe it's collecting food or getting medicine, and if they fail, your morale goes down. If your morale gets to a certain point, then you guys lose. And there's even betrayers in here, so you could possibly have a betrayer, or you might not. And you can vote people out too, so if someone's being sus, you know what to do. Fun game, never goes wrong with a good zombie apocalypse. And then a good classic here is Ticket to Ride from Days of Wonder. Love this game. 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, another kid-friendly game. And it's 30 to 60 minutes. In Ticket to Ride, essentially you are creating railways. So everybody gets to pick 2 cards that they're getting to connect certain city points to each other. And you can even go for longest train. And this game's a lot of fun with more or less than 4, but ideally it is best at 4. So every train track is color coded, and you are trying to collect the color codes for that station. Really simple to pick up. A lot of fun, has a lot of expansions you can add on to the game, and just a really good classic game. And this one is $54.99. Let's take it away. That, guys, is some of the top 5 best 4-player games. And there are others that didn't make the list, and if you have those, or if your friends ever want to know, these are just our 5 suggestions here at the game table. There's plenty out there. There's even more that I couldn't fit on here. We'll be back with another episode, and we'll see you guys real soon. Bye!